This is Unraveling Me, the podcast about the quiet truths that shape us. And I think that that really impacts a lot of us who have had a DNA surprise. And when I think about my surprise and my journey, the first person who comes to mind is you, Jodi. So I'm so excited to have you here as my first guest for my podcast. The reason you come to mind is because you're like my opposite twin, my
Yeah,
doppelganger.
yes. That's how we've described each other, opposite twin.
So, do you want to take a minute and tell us about your journey and we can get to why we think of each other as twins?
Yes, absolutely. I made my discovery in 2018. My anniversary, identiversary, I think is one of the terms I've come to call it, is actually coming up here September 28th. 2018, 3:30 in the afternoon. You remember the exact time, right? when, when your world turns upside down.
It's amazing how that time is seared in a lot of
Seared.
our memories.
Yep. I was at
Yeah.
work staring at my work computer. I mean, I know the whole scene. The benefit now of what is this, 7 years, is that I have learned to condense a little because right after the discovery, you want to sit down with somebody and like, okay, well, it started when I was three. And, and you want to go like and tell them your entire life story. Basically, I was born and raised in the Midwest, and I was raised on a farm. Great childhood, wonderful parents. Both of my parents are white. I had two siblings growing up who are, also white. I look like this.
I just want to ask you, like, when you say white, I mean, there's shades of white, just like
hmm
there's shades of color. I
hmm
mean, for example, my mom is lily white, like
mm
blue eyes, lily white. Your
hmm
folks?
My dad, he did have kind of, I don't know, maybe you'd call it like dishwater blonde, but blue eyes. He did tan in the summer. He was a farmer, so out a lot. My mom had blonde hair growing up. It got a little darker, she, aged a little bit, but it was still a light brown, and she had hazel eyes. My sister's blonde with hazel eyes, and my brother is probably that dishwater blonde hazel eyes.
So I'm sitting here looking at you, and I would say you have dark brown hair.
hmm
It's curly.
Well, it's pretty black when I don't color it.
Okay, so black hair,
Yeah.
curly, brown
hmm
eyes.
Yeah.
How would you describe your skin color?
Like a honey brown kind of a color,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it was always that color. Like, I mean, you get kind of that pasty winter look, but it's always,
Girl,
always
I can't
tan.
imagine you pasty winter at
It's
all.
just, yeah, it gets a little bit that way. I love my summer color when you've been out in the sun a
Okay,
little bit.
so there you are.
There
Which
I
one of these
am.
things doesn't belong growing up?
Yes, I was living the Sesame Street song, basically. One of the questions I've been asked probably the most is, did you ask? Didn't you ask any questions? Like, what did they tell you? I still to this day, 7 years later, and thinking back through all of I don't know that I have a great answer for that. My personality is a general, I'm not a confrontation person. Do not like confrontation. I'm a definite people pleaser, which I think has a lot to do with how I grew up. One little story I tell people that because people ask, well, did you even realize it? Well, of course, yes. I definitely realized I looked different. I was in, I think it was second grade or third grade maybe when I was a kid, and I won a poster contest. My art teacher, you had to draw a picture of this poster of a book that you were reading, and drew the poster, won the contest, and the newspaper was there and took a picture, and got these 13 Susan B. Anthony dollars, and my parents were so proud, my teacher was so proud, and mind you, I'm the only one who looks like me in my family, in my little town. My hometown had like 400 people in it, still does. My class size was like 20, no people of color
Okay.
in my town or neighboring, even the neighboring few towns. So when all of this was going on, it was like this light bulb went off in my little, whatever you are, 8, 9, 10-year-old head, that it was like, I figured it out. I know how to make sure that everybody adores me and doesn't pay any attention to how I look. You just got to be good at everything you do. Because that attention was great. It was like this, drug. It's like, oh, look at this. I've just got to be the best at everything I do. And so this perfectionist, people pleasing thing is how I think I coped. And nobody was asking or talking about, I should say that. Nobody was talking about it in my family, nobody in my town, nobody in my class. I mean, nobody said anything. So, eventually as you get older, you're like, okay, Is it something bad? Did I do something bad? Is it something scary? I mean, I just didn't know. So it's like, okay, well, they're not talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Eventually, you get old enough to kind of figure out there's only a few options. You get into high school and you're like, okay, well, there's only a few reasons why I don't look like my family.
For me, growing up, they always said, "Oh, you're like your great great grandfather who was white because of slavery. He was the slave owner." And somehow, that probably presented more for you. Did you have like a an Italian uncle or something that you took after?
My dad's side of the family, he did have a sister who has really dark black hair, but really fair skin. I have a cousin and her children. They have some really dark hair, fair skin. Some of them tan a little bit. Both of my grandparents on his side had black hair. It didn't look like this. I mean, it was like stick straight black hair. And so in my head, I tried to make myself, like, okay, yeah, maybe I must take after them. I must look like that, even though I could find no one who really resembled me. It just wasn't the same, but you just kind of go with it. So yeah, I never asked, never brought it up, and nobody else did either. It's bizarre, really, when you think about it.
No, but I mean, I think you get that question like I do too. Like, why would you not? And did you
Right.
not look in the mirror?
Hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Didn't you look in the mirror?
Yeah, every single day I looked in the mirror, and every day, I had to deal with this curly hair. And my mom, bless her heart, she had no idea what to do with it. I mean, it was just, we blow dry it straight. I mean, doing my hair it was traumatic. It would take an hour just trying to get
Did you
my
ever
hair
iron
in.
it?
No, she never did iron it, but yeah, we blow dried it straight, and then I had an aunt who was a hairdresser, and we did the whole combing. It was like a reverse perm, comb the perm solution through my hair, just trying to relax it a little bit. Just comb, 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 and it'd work for a little bit, but any humidity and that Midwest humidity, it was a yeah,
To a perm instantly, back to
perm
curly
instantly.
hair.
Yeah, it was just a losing battle trying to fight my hair, but
So did your siblings ever say anything or
nope,
so
nope.
don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. And, I always wanted to preface this, I have a healthy fear. My parents were just, it was very, like it was, they were very strict, but yet at the same time very loving. I mean, but it was just, you didn't question, I didn't question my dad. That was, how we grew up. And so, when you get to this certain point, it's like, how do you ask that question without really kind of accusing them of, hiding something or something happened in their marriage or I don't know. So I never could figure out how to ask that question.